Alita is a warrior from 300 years ago, whose memory has been completely erased. After being rescued from a pile of trash, she gained a new life, a new body, and extraordinary strength. But she did not know what her true identity was or who her greatest enemy really was. In today's story, see how an ordinary girl becomes the most powerful warrior on Earth. At the beginning of the movie, we are shown a fictional city set about 300 years after a horrific world war, in the year 2563. Although everything was destroyed in that war, one space city survived. The people living there would dump their trash down to the world below through a pipe. One day, a doctor finds a strange robot among that trash. Although half of the robot's body was damaged, its brain was completely functional. The doctor brings her home and repairs her, and gives her a new, human-like body. The next morning, when the robot regains consciousness, she becomes very happy to see her new body. She then asks the doctor, "Who am I? And how did I get here?" But she couldn't remember anything about her past. The doctor didn't know either, who she actually was or where she came from. He only explains that when he found her in the trash, half of her body was destroyed, but her brain was completely intact. So, he tried to give her a new life. Then, the doctor takes her outside and introduces her to the city. The robot becomes very happy seeing the environment around her. Suddenly, she looks up at the sky and sees a massive floating city. The doctor tells her its name is Sky City. This city survived after the World War, and the wealthy people live there. The people of the world below work for them. Then, the doctor names the robot Alita. Hearing her own name, Alita becomes quite happy. A little while later, Alita meets a boy named Hugo. A good, friendly relationship develops between them at first sight. Hugo is fascinated by Alita's robotic body. The next night, a girl is murdered in the city. Basically, there was a serial killer in the city who would kill girls and sell their body parts. Seeing the doctor return home covered in blood that night, Alita becomes suspicious. Perhaps the doctor is involved in these murders. Then, the doctor's ex-wife comes to meet her. Seeing Alita, she realizes something. The face the doctor gave her was specially modeled after their deceased daughter. After their daughter died some time ago, the doctor had given Alita this face to remember her. Then Hugo takes Alita to play a popular game in the city. Despite playing for the first time, Alita surprises everyone by showing extraordinary skill. Later, Hugo takes her to the roof of an old building, from where the entire city and Sky City could be seen. Hugo says he wants to go to Sky City one day. Alita then asks why everyone cannot go there. Hugo tells her that since the doctor found her in the scrap heap thrown from Sky City, she likely came from there. But because she had no memory of her past, Alita knew nothing about this. The next night, seeing the doctor sneak out, Alita's suspicions grew even further. She followed the doctor for a while, only to realize he wasn't a killer, but a hunter-warrior who tracks down and eliminates city criminals. Just then, a killer appeared on the scene. Alita began to fight him and, with her extraordinary strength, severely wounded him. The killer fled from there. Afterward, the doctor told Alita about his past. He said that he once lived happily with his wife and daughter. But one day, a robot he had created killed his daughter. Following that incident, he destroyed the robot he built and has been hunting criminals ever since. Then, a man named Vector is introduced in the story. He is involved with the city's popular race game and controls the entire operation. Vector also had ties to the doctor's wife, because Vector had promised her something. He would help her get to Sky City. Meanwhile, the robot that was beaten by Alita reached Vector. It revealed that Alita was the one responsible for its condition. Vector then gave it an order to kill Alita and bring her body to him. Afterward, Hugo took Alita to the stadium to see Vector's race game. Hugo shared that the winner of this game gets a chance to go directly to Sky City. Hearing this, Alita became very excited. Then, Hugo took her to the river to show her an old ship. The ship was about 300 years old, dating back to the World War era. Seeing the ship, a strange attraction grew inside Alita. She dove into the water, entered the ship, and found a modern robotic body there. Alita retrieved the body, brought it to the doctor, and asked him to attach her head to it. But the doctor flatly refused, as the body was extremely powerful and equipped with advanced weapons. The doctor feared that after gaining that power, Alita could go out of control and become a danger to the city. Hearing the doctor's words, Alita became angry. She would become a hunter-warrior and finish off all the killers in the city. Then, she went to a club with Hugo, where many of the city's hunter-warriors were present. Alita addressed everyone there, saying they should stand together against Vector's robots. But one hunter started to make fun of Alita because of her small size. He asked how someone with such a small body could ever be a hunter. Hearing these words, Alita started a fight to teach him a lesson. In an instant, she sent that hunter flying far away. Seeing her extraordinary power, everyone present was stunned. On the other hand, while all this was happening, Vector's operative arrived inside the club. This time, its size was much larger and more powerful than before, because the doctor's wife had updated it further. After arriving at the club, the robot attacked Alita. But Alita did not give up and counter-attacked. At one point, the robot fled to an underground area to save its life. Alita followed it there. A fierce battle broke out between them underground. But in the end, the robot defeated Alita and tore her body to pieces. Just then, the doctor and Hugo arrived there and burned it with fire. The robot fled from there to save its life. The doctor returned home with the damaged parts of Alita's body. Since her entire body was destroyed, with no other choice, he reluctantly attached Alita's head to the body of that advanced robot, which Alita had recovered from a ship some time ago. When Alita regained consciousness the next morning, she realized her body was much stronger now. Technology and powerful weapons. So Alita was quite happy to have a new body. That night, she went to meet Hugo. Hugo could not even recognize her in her new form. Alita is much more powerful than before now. Hugo then mentioned he wanted to go to Sky City, but he needed a lot of scores to get there. And those scores are earned by catching criminals or winning Vector's race game. Hearing Hugo, Alita took out her special robotic hand and gave it to him, saying if he sold it, he could get many scores and a chance to go to Sky City. But Hugo refused to take it. Instead, he advised Alita to participate in the race game. He believed Alita could win the race, and with those scores, they both could go to Sky City. For Hugo's sake, Alita decided to participate in the race, because by then, she had fallen in love with Hugo. Meanwhile, Vector hired several killers and hunters to kill Alita and made them a promise. If they could defeat and kill Alita during the race, they would be given a huge amount of scores. Among them was the hunter whom Alita had previously defeated in front of everyone. To take revenge for his humiliation, he targeted Hugo. At one point, he killed someone else too. He framed Hugo for that murder. As a result, Hugo became known as a wanted killer. On the other hand, to keep her promise to Hugo, Alita participated in Vector's race game. After the race started, the killers and hunters hired by Vector began attacking Alita. But Alita defeated them one by one and kept moving forward. Just then, in the middle of the race, Alita received a call from Hugo. Hugo said a hunter was following him and trying to kill him. Hearing that Hugo was in danger, Alita abandoned the race. Forgetting the scores, she went straight to him. Then she defeated that hunter as well. But by then, the news had spread throughout the city that Hugo was a wanted killer. There will be a reward if he can be captured. Within a few moments, the police and other hunters arrive there. They tell Alita that since Hugo is a killer, he must be killed. But Alita cannot kill Hugo in any way. because she has already fallen in love with Hugo from her heart. Taking that exact opportunity, a hunter strikes Hugo from behind with a sword. Hugo falls to the ground and slowly starts to die. Right then, the doctor's wife tells Alita a way. She says it is possible to save him by detaching Hugo's head and attaching it to a robotic body. Following her instructions, Alita returns to the doctor with Hugo's head. After hearing everything, the doctor performs surgery and attaches a robotic body to Hugo's head. As a result, Hugo gets a new life. Seeing Hugo alive in a new robotic body, Alita becomes very happy. Because now Hugo also has a robotic body like hers. Then the doctor tells Alita that Vector has been giving everyone false promises. He says that if they pay money, he will send people to Sky City, but in reality, it is impossible to go there in exchange for money. Only those who were born there or win the race game get the chance to go. The doctor adds that both he and his wife were born in Sky City. They came to Earth for their daughter's treatment but were later trapped here and could never return. Hearing all this, Alita gets furious at Vector and goes straight to the factory to kill him. There, one robot after another controlled by the factory attacks Alita. But this time, having received an ultra-modern body, Alita easily defeats all the robots and reaches in front of Vector. Just then, that robot of Vector attacks Alita again and severely injures her. And after this blow, Alita's lost old memories return. She remembers that 300 years ago, she was a powerful warrior. During that war, all her fellow warriors died while attacking Sky City. Alita was also severely injured and fell into a pile of trash. At that time, she lost her memory. And we realize again that behind this whole incident is the ruler of Sky City, meaning her real enemy is not Vector, but the mysterious ruler of Sky City who is still controlling everything from the shadows. As her old memories return, Alita becomes emotional remembering her lost friends and fellow warriors. But instead of being weak in front of the enemy, she starts fighting again. Eventually, using her powerful weapon, she tears Vector's giant robot into 2 pieces. Then Alita strikes Vector as well. Critically injured, Vector falls to the ground and slowly slips into the lap of death. Just then, Alita gets a call from the doctor. The doctor informs her that Hugo is trying to climb that huge pipe to get to Sky City. Hearing the news, Alita quickly arrives there. Alita tries to reason with Hugo. She says you have no need to go to Sky City. We can live in this world in peace and happiness. Hearing Alita's words, Hugo agrees and starts to descend. But at that very moment, the mysterious ruler of Sky City was observing the whole event. He activates a powerful defensive weapon. In an instant, that attack tears Hugo the robot's body to pieces. Alita tries her best to save him. Although she catches Hugo's hand, she cannot hold on to him in the end. Hugo falls down and dies there. Losing Hugo, Alita completely breaks down inside. But that sorrow slowly turns into a fire of revenge. She realizes her true enemy is that ruler of Sky City who controls everything from behind the scenes. Then Alita makes a decision. At any cost, she will go to Sky City and face her enemy. To that end, she participates in Motorball again and becomes the champion. In the final scene of the movie, Alita is seen raising her sword toward the sky, looking at Sky City. It is as if she is letting her enemy know, I am coming, be prepared. And that is how the movie Alita, Battle Angel ends, leaving behind a story of incomplete revenge. However, the ending is shown in a way that the story can move forward in the future. So friends, do let me know in the comments how you liked today's movie. If you liked the movie, please give it a like. And subscribe to this new channel to become a member. Goodbye.